Thank you for watching MMA Oddsbreaker. I'm Frank Trigg. That is DJ, the 125-pound champ of the UFC. But if this interview has to stop short of us finishing it, it's because Destiny, his baby's mama, his wife, is about to give birth literally any minute, right?
Yeah, any minute, They say they come any minute. She'll be 39 weeks tomorrow, so.
Yeah, it's that time to make it happen. Are you excited? Are you not really paying attention to what's going on because of fight coming up? Or are you what's going on with you?
Oh, I'm super excited, when I'm in the gym, I'm focused on getting ready for the fight, obviously, and when it's time to work, I'm at work. But when I'm at home, I'm being a husband like I should be, and making sure I do my duty as a man.
Let's say that you're in the middle of practice and the phone call comes. Who's holding your cell phone during practice, just in case she calls and says time to go?
Nobody's holding my cell phone. She can call AMC or she can call Matt, and she'll get a hold of me one way or the other. She call my other coach Joel, so she has her ways to get to me.
And there's no deviation on your route, right? You go from the house to the gym, and from the gym back to the house. There's no stopping any other places now because it could come at any minute, right?
Yeah, yep. That's how it is. If she calls, I'm gone, and Matt understands. And I've been training. Ever since I got cleared to start training. Again, I've been training full time for this fight, so my weight's low. I'm in great shape, so I'm not, I'm handling this as professional as I know my baby can come any minute, and if I need to take, 4 days off, I could take 4 days off and still go in there and perform.
Perfect. So you actually set up part of your training camp with the baby in mind.
Yeah.
So how difficult was that to get your coaches on board with that mindset?
Not at all. Matt believes that it is what it is. I'm not gonna put my life on hold. I can't be like, okay, I'm gonna block 3 months out of my life out to have a baby. You just can't do that. This is an all year long sport, so it worked out perfect. Whereas I'm gonna fight, maybe 12 days after the baby's born, and then come back home and be a father.
All right, let's change gears. Quit talking about babies and being a dad. Did you see the fights this last weekend with Weidman and Silva?
Yes, I did.
And your opinion on it, was it as much as Weidman being the better fighter that night, or is it more Silva being stupid and dropping his hands and trying to taunt him into a fight?
I think it's both. I think Chris Weidman did the right thing. He kept his composure. He went out there and executed his game plan. He knew Anderson Silva was going to drop his hands and do all something like that. And I believe Anderson Silva is still the greatest of all time, still one of the greatest fighters in the world. I've seen what he can do. I mean, when he fought Rich Franklin, that was, Anderson Silva who goes out there and goes for it. His Muay Thai clinch is just deadly. He defended Chris Weidman's takedowns a couple times and a heel hook. So obviously, we saw Chris Weidman try to take him down, and he succeeded and try to heel hook him, and Anderson Silva defended it. Now I'd love to see Chris Weidman fight Anderson Silva in a clinch battle or a Muay Thai fight. That's when I look at a fight like that. That's what I see. And unfortunately, it is what it is, and Chris Weidman's the new champ.
Does that give you pause as the champ just before your fight, going, "Oh wow, the greatest of all time just finally got a loss," which happens to everybody? But does it kind of make you rethink as a champ yourself about some of the things that you did in your training camp?
No, not at all. I mean, that's Anderson Silva's game. I'm always focused. Whether if Anderson Silva would have won tonight, Saturday night, my mindset would have still been the same. I know what I do very well. I train hard, and I love to work hard for my wins. And I love to work hard.
All right, let's break down John Moraga, your opponent. Both of you have a common opponent in John Dodson as fighters. Did you look at that fight to kind of feel him out a little bit better, or did you take some of his newer fights to kind of feel out what he's like?
We couldn't find a John Dodson fight at all, so it just wasn't out there. I'm not going to go, I'm not going to call Greg Jackson, like, hey, let me get that, video of John Dodson. I'm not that type of fighter. I believe in my coaches. I believe in my training that, when I step in the octagon, I'll be fully prepared. And, the couple fights that we've seen in UFC when he fought, Chris Karasu and what was the other guy's name? Ulysses Gomez.
Yeah.
Took those fights and we saw what he does very well. Then we just, train like any other, just keep on improving my game overall.
Did you do anything different for this training camp that you normally did? Like, I know every training camp you're kind of the same guy. You're always in the gym a week or two after your fight's over. You don't take much time off. But did you change anything at all in this for this particular fight that you haven't done from a previous fight?
No, not really. I'm not the type of guy who goes out there, brings in training partners for a fighter. I just think that's stupid, in my personal opinion. I believe when you work with the world's greatest at Hume, he can emulate anybody and give me the tools I need to beat anybody. Anything other than that, I feel like I bought a new house. So I'm closer to the gym, so I'm getting a lot more rest. I've been able to spend a lot more time with my wife during her pregnancy. That's the only thing that's different. But as for training wise, just try to stay healthy and I don't re-injure my shoulder.
You said that since you've been cleared to start training, you've been training and your weight's really low. What's your weight like right now?
I woke up at 140, so it's still 15 pounds off, but that's me drinking a gallon and a half water last night, and I had a day off yesterday, which was a Sunday, so my energy level is real good. I feel good, and Matt said he want this weight cut to be a little bit easier than last time.
What are you going to wake up at day of weigh-ins?
Probably 132, I would assume 132. So I'll still cut 8 or 7 pounds. So it is what it is.
What's the first meal you're going to have after you make weight?
Probably pasta, whole wheat pasta.
What's the first thing you're going to do after you retain the belt? What are you going to do with the wife? And by then, I'm assuming your boy's going to be here.
Yeah. By then, my boy will be here, so I'll go home with the belt and spend time with my wife. And I'm going to try to take all of August off, give my shoulder a chance to heal, spend some time with my son. And then after August is done, I'm still going to be training in August, but just closer to the house. And then once August is done, I'm going to get back in the gym. And, I can tell everybody, regardless if I win this fight or lose this fight, the same outcome is going to happen. I'm going to go home, relax, and then get ready for the next fight. So,
what's been the hardest thing since you've been champ to get used to? Is it the media attention? Is it the added pressure to make sure you're training all the time? Is it the different diet? What's been the hardest thing to adjust since you've been champ?
honestly, just I want to say it's hard to adjust. The only thing I want to say it's hard to adjust, but when you become a champ, it is a lot harder. Not harder, but people, they want to talk to you more just because you're a champ. You know what I mean? And that, honestly, I think that's stupid. Just because when that person loses that belt, it's almost like that person is irrelevant, which I don't like that. Just because Anderson Silva isn't the champ anymore, I still think he's the best of all time. Not because he holded that belt for so long, but just his skill set that he possesses. So for me, that's the borderline that I have to play with. That I just don't like that. Oh, this person's irrelevant because he doesn't have a belt. Actually, technically he is, because he's still a bad mother effer. That's the only thing I hate about mixed martial arts. It's stupid, to me.
Yeah, that's the truth. Well, DJ, I appreciate you coming on here. I know I'm going to keep it short because I want to get you out, so I'm going to get you back to training. Tell Destiny thank you so much for hooking us up, as always, even not feeling well. And I'm sure she's got swollen ankles and swollen toes, and she still made this thing happen as quick as possible, and I appreciate that.
Absolutely. I'll let her know that. Thank you. I appreciate it.
You got it. I'll talk to you soon, bud.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Oh, Matt said hi, by the way.
Tell that sucker to call me. He don't call me no more. He don't write. He does nothing. I'm on his pay no mind list. He doesn't talk to me anymore at all.
I'll let him know that. I'll let him know.
Thanks, DJ. I'll talk to you later.
See you later, Frank.